So I am finally reading Paula Chase's Keeping It Real. And this is another one of these books where the main character annoys me. And what I mean by annoys me, she doesn't see the error of her ways. She does not see that she's a lot more sheltered than she wants to admit to. So you have Marigold Johnson, who her father and mother are owner of a huge company. I want to say fashion design. It's just like a fashion design, and they style people, they make clothes, but I feel like there's other entities to their company. So they have this internship that they do where they bring in young high school students or rising high school students to learn how to be stylists. And Marigold initially had no interest in the program, and then I want to say her name was Rosalie. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. Which I'm still trying to figure out, is Rosalie her grandmother or a housemaid? Because when she was adamant about cleaning, they were like, nah, you don't need to clean, but she cooks for them. But she was saying how she told Mari, that's what they call her for short. They told Mari, she said, instead of you know, why don't you like to draw, you like to style, you like to do designs for clothes, why don't you work with your parents this summer? Ask them. She never thought about it. Because other than that, she would have to do something. She would have to volunteer. She doesn't really like volunteering with Miss Rose at the church. So her best friend, Justice, is a basketball player. Justice and Marigold both go to a private high school where it's like one of few of them, black people. Justice plays ball and feels some type of way because he got into the internship at her father's company. And he told the dean of the school, and the dean of the school had a problem with him being a part of this program because you're supposed to be playing summer ball because he's on scholarship for basketball. And it's just like, you can't be happy for me that I'm in something that I want to do, because he genuinely likes to draw. He's genuinely into styling and fashion and whatnot. And he was like, just because you're good at something doesn't mean that's all there is to me. And then he feels some of the tension and some of the he feels the racism. He's one of the few black dudes. He carries the basketball team, but the one day he doesn't come in uniform, you know, security is harassing him. Mari, I didn't see that first, but now I see she's very naive to racism. She's very naive, unless it's blatant towards her. Because there were some incidences where she told her mom about things people had said, and mom was like, we're not having this, we're not dealing with this, and she handled it real quick. So, and then some of the things she feels like, oh, it's just them being who they are, and Justice is like, nah, it's not cool. So this is his opportunity to expand on who he is. And then he says to be around people that look like us, because everyone at the company is black, if I'm not mistaken, and then the people in the program are black, and they don't come from the best neighborhoods, despite Sean, who she goes to a private school too, but she admits she's one of the few black girls also, but she's from the hood. Marigold is the only one who's not from the hood. They live in a very nice, exclusive neighborhood. But Marigold genuinely, and Miss Rose picked up on that, Marigold likes Justice. Like, she has a crush on him, and she acts like that's my friend. And like, she went at the beginning of the book, she wanted him to admit they were celebrating their friendversary. So you have Kara, who's the other intern in this program. Kara is already looking at, and I think something else is going on with Kara. You know how you assume people have an attitude and they're nasty and they're really not? It's like a defense mode. That's what I think was going on with Kara. So you have the three interns, Justice, Chandra, and I feel like I'm saying that name wrong. When I put the video, I put the right name, and Justice. And then you have Marigold, who comes up, who's the main character, who her daddy was happy to let her on, but the mama is hesitant about it. Like, everybody else applied for this position, they put in the work, and you're just kind of, it's like, we're adding you onto this and giving you something, but just know you got to put in the work. So Marigold really thinks that Justice is slighting her. She's very territorial over Justice because she likes him. And even Sean points out, do y'all like each other, or do y'all used to go together and y'all broke up? And she's like, no. She dismisses it, but it's obvious that she likes him. Justice doesn't want to come off too friendly. Not saying he's egging her, but like, let's say she sent him a text talking junk about the other girls. He doesn't respond, which to me, that's him being a man of integrity, because what I'm not going to do is talk junk about the girls in the group when I have no problem with them and I see nothing wrong with what they do. I'm not going to agree with you just because you have a problem with them. And Sean, she immediately gravitates towards Marigold, because Marigold, she's the daughter to the company. She's a friendly girl, but I feel like she's automatically gravitating to her, hoping that Marigold put in a good word for her. But also Justice, he thinks Karen and Sean are cool, and he doesn't understand what Marigold's problem is. And he's like, I'm not trying to be all buddy with you. And what he mean by buddy, like icing the girls out, because his thing is, I'm trying to shine, and I don't want people to think I got this position because I know you and I know your parents. Because one thing I forgot to mention is Justice actually spends time at Marigold's house. Like, he loves Miss Rose's cooking and whatnot, and he's like a friend of the family. He almost didn't get the position because Marigold's father, Mr. Johnson, felt like he already has basketball, he doesn't need anything else. And Marigold said he loves to draw, he loves style and fashion, so he needs this. So Marigold's just getting on my nerves because she's very spoiled. She's partially entitled. Even though her mom and dad do make her work, there's certain things she still doesn't understand. And that was one thing they definitely said in the synopsis of the book, is she's going to realize the world isn't exactly how she thinks it is. So it's going to be interesting to see, is she going to come around and stop being stuck up with Kara, who really, Kara's not coming for her. She feels like Kara's coming for her, and she's not. Matter of fact, an example in this book, they were all hanging out. Justice already invited one other person without telling Marigold. And Marigold felt some type of way. They were going to her cousin's job to get free burgers. And he was like, we were already doing such and such, so I didn't see the problem. That's why I told you to invite Sean. But when they get there and they get the burger and they get to the park, they see Kara. And no, before they get to the park, she finds out that Kara's there. That just makes her mad, because she was like, you're supposed to be my friend and hanging out with me, so why you want to invite her and not tell me? And he's like, why would I have to tell you? Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, his thing is she's tripping. He's been telling her, you're tripping. I don't know why you are coming for her. I don't know why you're doing all this. It is not that serious. So when I go on the audiobook website app, I may have 2 hours left in the book, and it's an 8-hour book. And I'm wondering, is she gonna get to the point that she's gonna realize Justice can have other friends? Number two, Kara isn't the girl who she thinks she is. To make it juicy or spicy, I feel like Sean is gonna do something to double cross Marigold. I might be wrong, and that's just me being my drama self and my soap opera instincts. But to me, she does come off too friendly, very friendly, almost borderline thirsty. So keep it real by Paula Chase. Read it.